Hi there, it's Janice Thompson from JazzleDazzleCrafts.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I work in Scotland. And today I've come on to do another wee Wednesday workshop, I think we called it. And just to show you some more things that you can do with embossing folders. And today I'm going to show you inking up an embossing folder and do almost like stamping with your embossing folder, but this is inking up to get a background. So I'm going to show you 3 different colours and 3 different folders, and then make up a card using one of the folders for this workshop today. But do you know what I'm most interested in is seeing what you do with the techniques that I show you. So I'm hoping that you will share on my social media. I'm just going to pan this out a wee bit. I've just shown you the 3 colours that we're going to... I'm panning it out because I'm going to use my Big Shot, and as you know, I hate using my Big Shot on camera, but for this technique it is an integral part of it. So, and also just to share with you that I've been inspired a bit by Wedgewood. I don't know if any of you have any pieces of Wedgewood in your home. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to my Wedgewood vase, obviously it's not visible. So it's like a colour in the background and then white coming out from that. It's almost like it was embossed. It's not quite how Wedgewood is made. That's another story. Now the story of this vase is my godmother gave me this many years ago and I have treasured it. It was probably one of the first kind of arty ornamental pieces that I've ever been given, and I have admired this style of Wedgewood work ever since. I like the matte finish on it and I love the white relief decoration on it. So I have another piece somewhere. I couldn't find it to bring it to you, a little plate that a friend gave me many years later. But my godmother Anne was 89 yesterday. She's a remarkable lady, and you know, someone who has been an inspiration to me, and I will treasure this the rest of my life. And just doing a card that it kind of this made me think of, inspired me for the card really. So let's stop blethering and let's get on with it. So first of all, you need some ink pads, and I would suggest you use some juicy ink pads, so that's why I'm using some that I've got more recently. If your ink pads are no longer juicy, then obviously, you know, you can re-ink them and make them juicy again. But these ones I've picked are still quite juicy. So I've got mint macaron, petal pink and balmy blue. Now I have only tried this out with the balmy blue and the petal pink previously. I will show you later my little experiments that I'm not too happy with, but it just kind of lets you know where you have to play till you know what you want and what you like. So first of all, you need to work out what bit you're putting the ink on your... So what I want is, I want an embossed kind of relief white on the above the colour. So what I want to do is put the colour on the, what I would say is the back of the ink pad, so it's where the most flat area is here. See, if you see there, the pattern of the flower is coming up. The pattern of the flower is debossed in this bit. So what I'm going to do is add ink to this bit. I'm using my ink pad quite flat and just inking it up this part. Now you need to keep it quite flat because you don't want the ink to wander into the bit where your flower and butterflies and leaves are. This is a very pretty folder. Yep, I think that is fine. We're going to have to do them one by one because what I don't want is for the ink to dry. So I have a piece cut 9.7, I'm going to shut that, 9.7 by 14 centimetres. I'm not putting that in until I'm just ready, so get my big shot up. This is going to be a bit of a clear. Now the other thing is, the sandwich I use for my big shot, remember my big shot is as old as the hills. I will replace it when it breaks, but at the moment it's still doing grand. So for this thick dynamic folder, I actually only need one plate, and I've got the base plate at tab 1. So for the dynamic, that's the sandwich I need. I just need one of the plates. So what I'm doing is I'm actually going to put my paper onto the inky bit somewhere in the middle. You don't want it slipping about. I'm holding it carefully with my thumb, closing over, and because I want to press down and I'm keeping it this way, put my plate over. It's a bit tricky, but we're getting there. I don't want the paper slipping, that's why I'm kind of being a bit... And let's hope this works. When you're doing you can do things as many times as you like before you go on camera. As soon as you go on camera, things start going wrong. So I'm going to pop this to the side. I won't put it back on the floor, I'll try it. Just pop it to the side here. And then the great reveal. Wow. What do you think? Oops. I like it. We do have a wee bit of stray ink and it's quite bubbly in places, but I like that because it's like a textured background. I really like that, and I'm going to work with that. Now obviously you need to quickly, you don't want the ink stain in your embossing folder, so clean it off fairly quickly. I've just got a microfiber cloth that's damp here. Could use your chamois. So that's that one clean, and this is the lovely floral dynamic folder. All these embossing folders are in the annual catalogue, so I'm really liking that one. I think this is the one I'm going to make up into a card for you at the end of the video. But this is a workshop, so it is about experimenting a wee bit. So the next colour I'm going to use is Balmy Blue, and I'm going to use it with the Oh My Stars folder. And again, it's the background bit that I'm putting it on, where it's flat and the stars are going down into it. So again, keep your ink pad quite flat and just get good coverage. Don't worry too much about the edges because your paper is the paper I'm using in my cards is smaller than. You won't get flat colour, what you'll get is textured colour, and that's a look I like. If it's not a look you like, then maybe this isn't, do you know. But try it before you make any big decisions about it. So then I need another sheet of, is this the right size? Yeah. So this is my 9. Oh, I'm not going to put it until I get my big shot over because I don't have a lot of the, space here for this, so you're going to have to just put up with this bit folding in. So this is one of the thinner folders, so it needs both plates when we're embossing here, but still on tab 1. So I'm going to pop this down, as I say, in the middle. It's on there's a plate under it, and we're going over, and then we're just going to take it through. My tab 2 is catching on my shelving that I have. Oh, it's also catching on our, I'll just leave that to dry. Right. Oh, so the great reveal. Yay! Blue background, white stars. Might use that one to make a baby card, that's quite nice. Anyway, pop that to the side to dry. And quickly wipe this folder. With my very stained microfiber cloth that I keep for cleaning up my inky messes. But that's okay, it's better that the cloth is stained and not my folder. So that's 2 folders. Now this one I haven't tried before, is not with this technique. I use this folder a lot. This is the layered leaves. Did I say the stars one was Oh My Stars? And this is the layered leaves. This is one of the dynamic ones. So again, I'm going to move Big Shot slightly to the side so that you can see. I don't know how much of the folder you're seeing, so I am wanting the bit where the leaves are sticking down, so to speak. I'm going to try this with mint macaron because I've got a paper in mind I'd like to team it up with, but I don't know if that's going to work. But let's see. Do your playing first and then decide what you're going to use your backgrounds for. You don't have to decide before you start. Now I have pressed a bit hard and I've got a bit of green in some of the leaves that are not quite, but I'm going to leave it because I think that actually might give a good effect. Do you see what I mean? There's some ink here, but the good thing with this folder is it's all at different levels, so let's just see what happens. So a paper folder, Big Shot. Obviously just you get your ink pads out and all your embossing folders of it. If you don't have the same embossing folders as me, it doesn't matter. Just play with what you've got and see what happens. Just cut up some Whisper White or Very Vanilla card. And oh no! Oh, let it slip. But hey, let's just ink this up again. Put a bit more ink in here. I've got another piece. Do you know, it's just a piece. Actually, like what I'm seeing from what happened there, I might just use that in something, but it's not what we set out to do. So let's just pop this. Now this is a dynamic folder, so again we only need one plate and we need the base. Right, so no slipping this time, because you see how easily the slipping happened. And then okay, bring this out and then I can get the Big Shot out of the way for the moment. I don't think that again in this film, I don't think. Let's see where we go. So let's see how this one looks. Da-da-da. Well, that's not quite what I thought it would look like, however I rather like it. So I'm going to just keep that. I think because this folder has got lots of different heights and layers, it's going to give something different, but I do like it. So that's giving you something completely different. And that's what workshoppy things are about. It's about playing to see what you can do. So this is just a technique where you use your ink pad and ink up your folder. Obviously you can try it the other way about, inking on the emboss side and not the deboss side, but at the moment we've done inking on the deboss side. We will have a go at the other one in another workshop. I'm just making sure that folder's properly cleaned. Okay, so again, so what we've done today is we've done the lovely floral with petal pink, and I really like that effect. Definitely. Oh My Stars with balmy blue, and I think that gives a lovely wee background. Yep. And then we've gone for the layered leaves with mint macaron. Now again, I did have a wee accident when my paper slipped. However, what I've got there is really quite the beginnings of a nice textured background, which I think I might just build on that later. I'm not throwing it away. I think I can go somewhere with that later. Anyway, so also I had a bit of an experiment last night and did some stuff, but I didn't really like what I got, but I'm going to show you anyway. So I did this one with petal pink, and then I dragged a Gorgeous Grape over the top. Now I like some of it, but I don't like the fact that I got the lines, and I think that's because the pad is quite big, so I'm thinking that maybe if I used a sponge I would get better results. So I did try that with a sponge, and I do like that effect. I do think that's pretty attractive. So again, I did sponge some Flirty Flamingo over, and I sponged some Gorgeous Grape. So I got a very different, but I liked this effect with the white base, so that I'm going to work with that today. And with the Oh My Stars, I did again taking blueberry over the top, but either I would have to keep going and make the background much darker, which I wasn't really where I wanted to go. I didn't really like all these lines. I'm just not sure if, you know, I'm not sure, but I thought I'd share with you all my results. So there we go. So I like this best. But how did I find out what I like best? By playing. So this is what you have to do. This is okay too. I like that too. And I love my Oh My Stars with the balmy blue. And I particularly like this. This is really cool. I have to think about what I'm going to do next with that. But I really like that. I do have a kind of idea starting to form in my head. I may come back another day and show you what I do with this. So, just to finish this video off with a card, I'm actually going to clean up a bit. I'm going to switch the film on and come back and show you off and come back on in a minute and show you making up the card. Okay, so I've tidied up a little bit, and I'm now going to show you this card, make up a card with this, my favourite embossed piece from the lovely floral dynamic folder. Now I like it this way around with the wee butterflies at the top. This can go in any direction, but I've decided to trim this off. I've teamed it up with a piece of designer series paper that I had lying about on my desk. This is from the Twinkle Twinkle set, and it was just a wee scrap. So I've cut that to 9.7 by 4.3, and I'm going to cut this to 9.7 by 9.7 so that it can layer up onto a white layer and then onto a petal pink base card. I'm just going to, you know, keep the colour theme pretty simple, and I'm going to use this lovely ribbon, the Whisper White ribbon with the silver edge. I'll look that up in the catalogue for you later and put it in the blog. So I'm using a greeting from Love What You Do. I'm lucky to have a friend like you. But all the sentiments in here are love what you do, thank you, it's a beautiful day, and I'm lucky to have a friend like you. This is a really lovely stamp set. I think we used it just a couple of weeks ago in a video. I did use this stamp and this one. So it is a really lovely set, and the designer series paper for this set is fantastic. And I think it's I'm going to use the designer series paper from Love What You Do to team up with this. I've got that here just now, and I have got, this is a fantastic set. It's lovely thick card, and you get 24 sheets in here. So I'm kind of thinking that this one with the mint macaron I will be able to do something with this. I don't know quite what yet, maybe a bit of fussy cutting, but just watch this space. Or it might be that I team it up with this other one that's got mint macaron in the background. Don't know yet, but you'll just need to wait and see. So it's a gorgeous set. I've got all these little scraps. I need to use them up. So, do you know, I don't like to waste too much. I'm Scottish after all. So, do you know, waste is not something we support. So I need to get using. So, blether, that's me. That's the one thing I am good at. So, I'm going to cut this down to 9.7 by 9.7. It's already 9.7 wide, isn't it? And I think that's what I cut it, because I did think it might be a second layer. Yeah, it's 9.7 that way. So now I'm just going to kind of, well, I wouldn't take it any further than that anyway. Take that to the side and then just take that to 9.7 and that will work. So there you go, that's a 9.7 square, so that I can use, and I'm going to use it with the butterflies at the top. In the folder they're at the side. Okay, so let's see, where do we go? Oh yeah, I need a greeting on my card, so now I'm going to use I'm lucky to have a friend like you. I'm going to white emboss that on. So this card has got embossing two ways in it. So I've chosen the I'm lucky to have a friend like you stamp from there. I've got my embossing buddy, just to make sure we have no stray. So I've got that, my Versamark, and I'm going to ink up my stamp. Just move this so it's kind of straight. I'm not really freaky about things being totally straight. It's not something that worries me too much, but if it worries you, take the time to straighten it up. So the stamp goes down. You possibly won't see it very well, but when you're doing it yourself you'll see it fine. It's just the light in the film doesn't always, but you will see it in a moment. Oh, I'm shutting the embossing folder tab, but I haven't even put embossing buddy. I haven't even put it back in. Right, that's that back in. This is inked up, so put the lid on our ink. But I don't want embossing powder in my ink pad. Ask me how I know that. Right, and then I've got my Stampin' emboss powder in white, and I'm just going to sprinkle that over here. There we go. Thing is, if you do have any wee stray bits, it won't be that obvious on this grey piece because of the white stars that are already there. I should have put a fold in here before, but hey, we'll just pop. I always find if I put a crease in, this was my old scrap paper anyway from doing the inking. Oh, that's sticking to the paper. Do you know what, that will be where it's still damp from inking. That's it, it's in now. I don't want to waste any, but I have. I've still got some on my paper. Hey, there you go. That's the lid back on that. I'm just going to... I keep doing that and showing you the mess of my desk underneath. My ancient desk. Okay, so heat tool is out. And got up on the cable on the floor, but I've got it now. Bring this back in to heat it up. Sorry, I didn't need to just show you a mat. I'm just warming up the heat tool before I offer it to the paper because I don't want the paper to bevel. If you need to turn your sound down, that's fine. I'm just letting this heat up a few minutes. Once it's glowing red, you're better, because you don't want to waft it too much on the paper. It will be the least time this is. You just need it long enough to melt embossing powder. There you go. I'm lucky to have a friend like you, and I am lucky to have a friend like you watching me right now and sticking with me and supporting me. I really appreciate that. So we're going to get this on and this on. Now, wet glue is your best option here because it gives you that bit of room to slip about. So I'm going to pop this on first. Just a bit of glue. Just line it as neatly as you can. And then some glue on this one. Maybe a bit more glue on this because of all the different levels here. Just don't want it lifting. Oh, there we go. Remember, I want the butterflies to the top because this is a square. That's okay. I can achieve that quite well. Ooh, this is a bit too far to one side. Now I wonder if it'd just be better to just make this go slightly to that side. Now it won't be obvious that they're different, it's just very slightly, it's like a millimetre or something, but you can take more time. But because I'm going to put a piece of ribbon round here, I'm just, where my join is, I'm going to put a bit of snail at the back. That will just help my ribbon to hold. I need a piece that's a bit wider and my snips. So I'm using the ribbon to disguise the join. I just think it looks prettier. You can use designer series paper or washi tape to do this job, but I just thought this ribbon is particularly pretty and it matches fine what we've got there. Okay, so then again I'll just use wet glue to put this whole thing onto the base card. There we go. I think I'll have a bow here, so bringing out my bow maker, because bows and me, it's the only way I know how to do them nicely. So again, got my bow maker. Again, I've had this for hundreds of years. Do I exaggerate? Well, I've certainly had it for more than 10 years. A friend gave me this a lot of years ago. I have no idea who the manufacturer is or anything, but it is good. But you can do it with a fork. There's lots of ways to tie bows. You can buy different bow makers. You could stick 2 nails in a piece of wood. You could use a fork, and lots of people do it with bunny ears and all kinds of things. Where are my glue dots? And a pokey tool again. Oh, maybe not, maybe be able to. I always put a glue dot on, well I try to put a glue dot on the underside of each bit of the bow, and that just keeps it stuck down pretty well. I'll bring my card in. And there you have it. I'm lucky to have a friend like you. That doesn't really need, you might want to put a couple of little sparkly bits on that, but do you know what, I think that is quite pretty. I like that how it is. So thank you very much for, and I hope you will get inky, and I hope you will play with your embossing folders. That, do you know, it's nice to have a card at the end, but do you know what, the playing is the most fun. Remember what I did, all these lovely bits, and this bit. So this bit was sponging, this bit is nothing, this bit ones are with taking your ink pads over the top flat. So it does give you a different look, it's an arty look, and yeah, you could use it. I won't waste them, they will get used somewhere along the line. And this one didn't come, that's the thing, is you have to play to see what effects you get. This didn't come out exactly what I thought it would, but do you know what, I really like what I've got. I'm really pleased with it, and I am going to use that. Okay, so thanks for putting up with me. Please press subscribe and push the bell icon so you get notification when the next video's coming out, which will actually be tomorrow. There's another one tomorrow. We've got 3D Thursday tomorrow, so we've got, at the moment going on, we've got Wee Wednesday workshops, we've got 3D Thursday, and usually something at the weekend when I can. I can't promise that every weekend, but I am doing my best to try and get you 3 out every week. So thanks for that. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.